Almost make the industry sexy to these young guys. An average contractor is spending $25,000 in wages for a delivery. We see Reno Run fitting in and completing a suite of software.
I'm Robert Koci, I'm the publisher of Canadian Contractor, and I'm here with Eamonn O'Rourke. He is the CEO of Reno Run. Now, some of you may not heard of Reno Run, so I'm going to let Eamonn tell you exactly what Reno Run does. Eamonn?
So we're an on-demand platform for general contractors. We've created a series of smartphone applications for Apple and Android, and our contractors can download the application, choose from over 50,000 products on the application, and have them delivered to their job site in 2 hours.
Okay, so you call yourself an app, but you deliver product too. Like, so are you a delivery service or an app? How does that work?
So we're a little bit of both. We're a tech company, so we've got a lot of technology built into the app. What we do on the app is very heavy on the back end. On the user interface, it's very user friendly and very intuitive. It's built specifically for builders, but we also deliver the materials. So we're a logistics company also.
Where'd you get the idea? Why did you think that this was important?
So one of the things that we did when we built Reno Run is built on the pain points that I felt. I grew up in my parents' construction company, and then I had my own construction company for almost 22 years. So I've experienced these pain points. I know what it's like to send guys to the store, 2 will go, they'll come back 3 hours later, they always stop to get coffees. Or even worse, I would have to go to the store myself. Sometimes 2 or 3 days during the week, half of my day would be consumed with doing deliveries for multiple job sites.
Yeah, and your time is valuable if you're
100%. Every general contractor.
So do you think there's a point at which you will see contractors using your service that don't have any logistics infrastructure within their companies? They're entirely relying on your delivery? I mean, is it possible?
We're already seeing it. So we've been live for 15 months, and we're already seeing contractors reassign workers, get rid of vehicles. Like just in that short time, yeah.
A nice F-250 truck, they're getting rid of that?
Gone. We've got a great contractor in Toronto that they encourage their guys not to drive vehicles. They're an environmentally friendly construction company.
Oh, okay.
So they brought us on board right away.
Yeah.
And they don't have pickup trucks. They use us almost 100% for all
That's
their
a
deliveries.
horrible thought, Eamonn. That's
fantastic.
horrible. No pickup trucks for a contractor. Come on, man, that's the first thing you buy.
It's a new world.
It's a new world. So what are they buying? The Volkswagens or something? I don't know. Oh, no, Teslas.
They've got a couple of smart cars.
Do they?
Yes.
That's great. That's weird, man. That's weird. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm getting old. See, I'm at the other end of this whole thing.
But that's the thing, right? Is that construction as a whole it's notoriously slow to innovate. Like
it sure is.
The industry in general is notoriously slow to generate. Yeah. And as you said, the commercial side of it's always been the quicker.
Yeah.
And the residential is like that's the meat and potatoes. That's where a lot of the construction happens in the downtown core of Toronto. There's these old houses, infill construction, and renovations happening left, right, and centre.
It's incredible how much work is being done in Toronto, and many of the satellite cities in the Toronto GTA across Canada. I was just in Waterloo yesterday. And everybody I talked to there said, we don't have enough bodies to do the work that I've got signed.
I hear it every day.
Yeah.
We're January now, and every day I'm hearing that this is the busiest January people have seen in a long time.
That's crazy. So really this opportunity to bring technology into the everyday life of the contractor is something that you want to exploit and you 100%. Want to grow into. Yeah. What's next for Reno Run? Well, I don't know give me the kind of the storyline for Reno Run. Once you've moved into the logistics area and you figure you've got that worked out, like you're saying, you're gathering information on how residential construction companies are functioning day to day. You're understanding their delivery requirements. You're seeing where the peaks and valleys are for the things that they need. There's a lot of information you can extrapolate from that. What do you think? Where do you think that's going, and how are you intending to continue to help contractors with the kind of information that you're pulling together?
So what we want to be long term is almost like a third hand for a contractor or a pro desk in your pocket. So we can help contractors with scheduled deliveries. So once we start to predict where a construction project goes, we'll know they can send us a notification to say that they've passed insulation inspection, and we already know how much drywall they need for the drywall order.
Right, so if I'm a contractor and I'm doing a major renovation, let's say $250,000 or something like that, then I can send you my materials list and my project management layout, my Gantt chart or whatever.
Exactly.
And presumably you'll be able to pull the information from that, know when the deliveries are necessary, and I'll be doing the updates. Obviously, when there's a delay or something like that, I can indicate to you what's happening. So that without me even having to call you, I can expect that you're going to have materials delivered to me.
Exactly, and as we move forward, I mean, our bread and butter right now is our 2-hour delivery. That's really what contractors are responding to. But as we move forward and we increase our fleet size, we want to be able to pinpoint those larger orders too. Mm-hmm. So instead of saying, hey, 350 sheets of drywall will be there between 7 and 1, we can say it'll be there between 8 and 8:15. And the more data we collect on traffic patterns and on contractor patterns, we'll be able to pinpoint that time to within a 15-minute zone.
One of the other things we talked about was really trying to change the channel. I mean, we're already doing that when you're talking about what you're saying. What we talk about, what you're talking about now, is changing the channel on how the industry thinks of itself. And again, technology being the key driver of that thinking. I mean, I taught project management at George Brown College for their renovation 3-year renovation course. And it's still pretty traditional. I mean, the things that we're teaching are pretty basic. Actually, the software they were using wasn't necessarily the latest software either. And it's a challenge for them to do that, just from budget constraints, things like that. But the reality is that still at the community college level, they're not, I don't think that they're where you're talking about. I don't think that they're really bringing the young people in those colleges up to the place where they are using all the technology that's available to them.
So
what do you think? What do you think, like, how's that going to work? How are we going to get the kind of thinking that you're describing into the minds of the young contractors coming on stream now?
I think the perception of the contractor publicly needs to change.
Okay.
So from the public's point of view, the contractor has two personas.
Right.
It's the guys on the TV shows that are able to do a renovation in 24 hours.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And then it's the guys at the complete opposite end of the spectrum that are taking people's money and not honoring warranties.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter is that everyone else in between, they're all the good guys. They're the guys that are contributing to the economy. Mm-hmm. The guys that are employing jobs or employing
guys like the readers of Canadian.
100%.
100%.
100%. But what we need to do is almost make the industry sexy to these young guys. Like,
sure.
make it attractive.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, in every other industry, technology has been brought on board, and it's made huge improvements. Yeah. It has to happen in construction. Mm-hmm. There has to be some sort of carrot for guys to get involved and think that it's cool. Mm-hmm. Just swinging a hammer, it's too analog. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I know. Except to say that I think that one of the big attractions for young people getting into the renovation industry in particular is the fact that they get to use real things, that they're not working in a cyberspace where there's no end result that you can touch and feel and see with your eyes, I mean? And so I think, to my mind, there's a little bit of a balance necessary there.
100%.
You're driving the technology to allow you to spend more time doing the thing that you got into this in the first place.
But yeah, and I guess talking about, when we speak about time, that's one of the things that we're trying to provide for. Time is it's a commodity. Mm-hmm. In this day and age, time is a commodity, and we're not getting it back. So rather than a contractor trying to be in multiple places at once, or a lead hand or a foreman being in multiple places at once, we're that third hand. We're that outsourced component. Okay. And I think that's what contractors can use software for, is just, it's not going to replace people, but it's added value. Right. And if there can be a couple of pieces of software that are added value to a contractor's daily arsenal that makes them more efficient and makes their crews more efficient, I think it's for the benefit of the industry. We have contractors that signed up with our platform last year, and some of them have already fit in an extra project.
Right.
Just based on the
same volume of number of people. The same amount of guys,
everything's the same. Right. The only new component has been Reno Run, and through that they're able to fit, and they're able to fit in another $500,000 project in a year.
Okay. Well, that's a terrific upside for you guys.
I mean, we obviously, when we started this, we did a lot of research, and we found for a $500,000, $600,000 job, an average contractor is spending $25,000 in wages.
Wow.
For delivery.
Okay. For delivery.
That's just delivery.
Okay, so that's the money that you're you're getting hold of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said something earlier about the perception of the renovation industry. That presumably, I think you were referring to the perception of the consumer. Do you think that part of the changeover that's necessary is for the consumer to begin to have an expectation that their renovator is not the guy that's working out of a dirty van, or not the guy that doesn't have the technology available for them to be able to stay in touch with their project?
For sure, and that's, and I keep on going back to it, but that happens through technology.
Yeah.
That happens through project management software, where customers are kept up to date on change orders, where they're kept in the loop, whether it's an unforeseen circumstance pops up, and the project manager can send an email out or a photograph out to everybody involved, designer, homeowner, architect, engineer, and the problem can get solved in a day. Yeah. Because everybody's involved, and it's all done through technology.
So are you thinking that there are going to be strategic partnerships you're going to establish, or are those areas that you think you can pick up as a result of growth?
For sure. I mean, I'm a big fan of doing what we do best. I mean, like I said, we're a technology logistics company. We're able to get materials from our stores and our inventory sources to the job sites extremely fast, and that's really what we do best. In terms of linking up with other pieces of software, we have a couple of things coming down the pipeline where we'll be able to integrate with different accounting programs, some project management software that we're working with. So we see RenoRun fitting in and completing a suite of software that a contractor or general renovator can use to run their company.
Okay. Eamonn, we had a terrific talk a couple of days ago when we were going over a lot of the things we just talked about now. Readers of Canadian Contractor, watch this guy, watch this space, because he is going to make as much of a change as he possibly can. You like living in Canada?
I love it.
You love living in Canada? Yeah. Love being here. Are you Canadian?
Half Canadian.
Half Canadian.
Irish Canadian.
Irish Canadian, the best kind. But we really appreciate the kind of work that you're doing in the industry. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Guys, like I say, just be mindful of what's happening. We'll keep you in touch with the kinds of changes that guys like Eamonn are making in the industry. I think he's right. I think we're going in the right direction with technology. We need to recognize that technology is what is going to make our renovation companies better. And we look forward to hearing more from you. We hope you can come back again soon, and we'll see what's up.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Good to have you.